Okay, so first I'm going to start by making the filling for the cake, which is the brown sugar cinnamon filling. Because, you know, you can't have a cinnamon bun or a cinnamon roll without cinnamon and sugar. Okay, so I'm using some dark brown sugar up in here and some cinnamon. That's it. And a little tiny sprinkle of salt to give it that little pop. And there we go, right there. And that's it, you guys. You want to mix it up, and that's your filling for the cake. Nice, easy, and simple. This looks like a lot, but you're going to need most of it because you want to have that swirly effect at the end. So, you know, I mean, it's a cake. You saw the video say it's a cake. It's going to be sweet. It's a cake. But yeah, you want to mix this on up, you know, thoroughly. Make sure you get the cinnamon all up in there. You don't want to eat a clump of cinnamon, and set it to the side. And then we're going to work on the cake. Okay, so now we're gonna work on the cake, and I'm gonna do the wet ingredients first. So I'm adding my block of softened cream cheese. I'm using oil. Usually I use butter, but not today. I'm using oil, and I'm gonna add the milk down in here instead of water. Lily, be careful. And I'm also going to add 4 eggs instead of 3. And you want to mix this on up and get it nice and, you know, combined. Now the cream cheese, obviously mine needs to be a little more softened, but listen, I made it work. Okay, so you want to mix it up until you get everything nice and combined like I have here. Well, do better than me, child. Make sure your cream cheese is really softened so you don't have to struggle with it. And yeah, so mix this up, and then we're gonna move on. And my bad, you guys. Lily is currently running around, and I'm playing around with her and stuff. So if you hear me speaking to her every now and then, if anyone's confused, Lily's my daughter. But yeah, so now you want to add your cake batter down in here. And I mean, your cake mix, excuse me. And a little cinnamon to bring home that flavor and punch. And y'all know how to make a box cake, child. I don't have to show y'all how to make a box cake, okay? Because I know y'all know how to do it. But this is how I did it today. So at this point, I'm like, y'all, look at the cream cheese. Look. So make sure you guys, you know, allow your cream cheese to come to full room temperature. By the time I added it in my bowl, it was too late for me to start over. So that's pretty much what my batter looks like. However, in the end, it doesn't show in the cake. It all melts together perfectly fine. Nothing's wrong. So if your batter turns out like mine, you're not in trouble. You're going to see in the end, it turns out fine. Nothing's wrong with it. You want to add half of your batter to a greased pan. Make sure you grease it with spray butter or oil. Half your batter, and then you're going to add the filling right on top. Now, with the filling, you want to cover every single inch of the batter. You don't want the layer to be too thick, but you don't want it to be too thin, or you won't be able to see those swirly flavors going through your cake. And so I do it like maybe a 1/4 inch, something like that. Just make sure you put a good amount in there. So now for the second layer, you want to dollop on top, because if you pour on top, it's going to mess up the purpose. So dollop, and then gingerly, gently, you know, just spread it all over, which I'm about to show you guys. All right, so once I get it nice and spread out like I'm doing here, you want to add your cake to a 350-degree oven and bake it. Remember, all ingredient measurements will be in my description box. Any questions you have, you can place them below. Any recipe requests you have, place them below in the comment section and I'll respond. This is what the cake looks like straight out the oven, nice and perfectly golden and beautiful. You want to allow it to rest. That's the most important step. It needs to rest. And now we're going to make the glaze for the cake. All right, so now we're going to make the glaze, and I'm just going to be using some powdered sugar. And now that I think about it, I need to go get the size of that pan and put it in my description box. Y'all always ask me. I never know because I don't care. It's whatever I have, I use it to make the cakes. If it fit, it fit. If it don't, it don't. Then I add some vanilla and some milk. And you want to mix this up until you get kind of sort of like a pancake consistency, pancake batter consistency. And that's pretty much it. But remember, all ingredient measurements will be in my description box. Make sure you check it out. Sometimes I do forget, y'all, okay? But you want to spread your glaze or drizzle your glaze all over your cake like I'm doing here. Sometimes I just go in the middle. You hear baby Peanut in the back, baby Lily. And then you want to spread it on out. First of all, I did try a small piece of this cake. It's good. I see why it's so popular, and that's why I wanted to make it and show you guys how I did it, you know? But you want to spread your glaze all over like this. You can even take your glaze out, make even more glaze, and let it drip all over, and you'll be good to go. But this is how I preferred for it to be. So you just want to spread it on out. You know, people ask me all the time, Misha, why you don't make more desserts on your channel? Can you make this? Can you make that? Y'all, I don't bake, child. I'm not a baker, okay? Sometimes I get it right, sometimes I don't. Now, I do know how to make a couple pieces of pies, child, but I'm not the best baker, and I don't like to put things in your face if it's not good, you know? And so I just do little things here and there. But look at the inside of this cake. It's super moist, a little dense because of the filling, of course. You know, it's not going to be perfect. The glaze is over there on top. It looks great. And this is how my version of how I made the Cinnabon cake, okay? But thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the recipe, and I'll catch you on my next one. Bye.